بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله وكفى وسلام على عباده الذين اصطفى. This is lesson 8 on the course on discerning between the 10 qira'at. So far we've learned to identify the riwayah of Khalaf by looking at the idgham taking place in the waw and the ya without gunna. Then there were a number of ways of identifying warush, the mad badal, the mad lean, the ra being read flat, and the lam being read full. And then we also did susi being identified through idgham kabir. In this lesson, we're looking at something related to the hamza. So the hamza is the only throat letter that has the quality of jahr, which is that the sound is trapped, and shidda, which is that jahr is the breath is trapped, shidda the sound is trapped, and therefore it is regarded as a hard or difficult letter to pronounce. So there's both jahr and shidda, and comes from the throat. So the Quran have different ways of easing its pronunciation, which is known as takhfif. One of these ways is to make ibdal. So if the hamza has a sukoon, then all the 7 Qur'an, again, it will be susi, we'll read it with takhfif, and his manner of doing it is to make ibdal, which means to change. So he will change the hamza into something else. What will he change it into? He will change it into a letter of mad. And this will be in accordance with the haraka preceding the hamza. So you have a hamza that has a sukoon, you look what comes before it. And then you change that hamza accordingly into a letter of mad. If it's a fatha, you change it into an alif. If it's a waw, you change it into a dhamma. If it's a dhamma before, you change it into a waw. And if there's a kasra before, you change it into a ya. So in these examples that we have over here, we have the word ba'san. So you have the hamza, which is sakina and preceded by fatha. So for the ibdal will take place into an alif. You will read ba'san. Then you have mu'minun, the hamza here, preceded by a dhamma. So therefore we'll read mu'minun as mu'minun. And then you have ji'tum, you have the hamza that is sakin preceded by a kasra, so we'll read it as ji'tum. In all of these examples, it's actually written on top of an alif, on top of a waw, on top of a ya. Okay, but even if that is not there, then the rule will still apply, as we'll see in the examples in the exercise. There's a footnote that I've got over here which says that Warush will also do the same thing. We'll also make ibdal of the hamza into a letter of mad, but only if it is the fa kalima. Okay, so I don't want to go into technicalities. Those people of you that have studied Arabic will know what it means, the fa kalima. So therefore, in the examples of above, Warush will also read mu'minun as mu'minun. Okay, but we're focusing here on Susi because he applies with the fa kalima, the ain kalima, or the lam kalima. This chapter is under the chapter of the singular applications. If we hear it, you know exactly what it is. You narrow it down to one individual. But it's a singular application, only looking at the saba'a qira'at. If you're looking at the ashra, adding in the 3 as well, then Abu Ja'far will read the same. We'll also have this particular application. So bear in mind that hearing this and narrowing it down to Susi, that is on condition that you know that the reciter is reciting for the saba'a and not for the ashra. There's a number of exceptions to this rule, but for the sake of simplicity, this will not be discussed. So you can pause the video at this particular point to complete the exercise. You need to identify where Susi will make ibdal. You're looking for a hamza that has a sukoon. Okay, that is where the change will apply. Once you've completed, you can resume and see where the answers are. Next part of the exercise is to listen to the application. So you listen for the badal of the hamza, and when you hear this, you know that it is the riwayah of Susi, if it is restricted to the saba'a. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بأسا شديدا شيتما ولا تقربا الذين يؤمنون بالغيب في ريب ما نزلنا على عبدنا فاتوا بسورة من مثله فإما ياتينكم مني هدى وإذ قتلتم نفسا فادارأتم فيها. Take note that in this example, the Hamza is not written on a waw, alif, or ya, as in other cases. The rule still applies. The ibdal will still take place. والذين يؤمنون بما أنزل إليك وما أنزل من قبلك ولا يؤخذ منها عدل ولا هم ينصرون. وإذا قيل لهم آمنوا كما آمن الناس قالوا أنؤمن كما آمن السفهاء. So besides the ibdal of the Hamza, which was the lesson for today, if you also take note, there is the idgham kabir that we did in the lesson before. So if you must the ibdal of the Hamza, if you add the idgham kabir, that's another way of identifying that the recitation was in the riwayah of Susi. You can now make use of the website to listen to these surah and listening out for the ibdal of the Hamza Sakina. That will be an indication that it is the riwayah of Susi, if the restriction is in place that it is from the Sabah. وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وآخر دعوانا الحمد لله رب العالمين.